Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to be talking about 7 things that Rockstar needs to do better with in Red Dead Redemption Online than they did in Grand Theft Auto Online. So we know RDR2 is coming out very soon, and Grand Theft Auto Online was Rockstar's first dynamic, full-fledged multiplayer mode that they've created. And there was a lot of good, but there was also a lot of bad. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about 7 things that Rockstar can avoid with sort of the same problems that GTA Online had. So as always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let us know what you think about the list today. Would you add anything? Would you take anything away? But without the way, let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. Okay, number 7 today, the inflation of virtual currency. So with each new update, Rockstar added cars, clothing, and gameplay features that all helped GTA moving forward, but it also meant that prices of items started to increase very heftily. So about from 2015 onward, Grand Theft Auto Online's economy inflated onto an exponential scale. In order for players to access the new content, players had to either grind for hours doing Heist or grind for hours completing the same sequence of missions included in the base game. And the much easier option was for players to just simply buy a shark card using real-life currency. And though these updates were technically free, the only players who had a chance of reaping the benefits were either those who had time to grind or didn't mind forking out money to get an instant injection of cash. Now, eventually, those able to fully enjoy Online's DLC became a very exclusive club, with Rockstar having effectively put up a paywall in front of their free updates. So needless to say, with Red Dead Online, I hope they change this a little bit. I hope they sort of ditch the high life themes, which almost seems automatic with RDR2 because there's only so much that they can do. Bottom line, I'm hoping that items in game aren't incredibly expensive to the point where it feels like a chore to get them. Or number 2, whatever Rockstar's version of shark cards turns out to be, whether it's horse cards, bull cards, train cards, whatever the case is, hopefully they are a better value than what we saw with GTA 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online. Number 6 today, servers for different kind of players. So if you open up Grand Theft Auto Online, you know that there's no real options when it comes to selecting the world you want to go in. There's no world for more passive players. There's no world for more aggressive griefer style players. There's no world for people who want to role play or maybe even a sandbox mode. Now, this is something that I wish Rockstar would implement in Red Dead Online. A wide selection of servers possible. And they can even be simple options. A free aim server. A server where you can toggle off auto aim and you can test people's marksmanship with each other. Maybe a co-op server where PvP is disabled. Or even just do a better job of putting the more toxic players with toxic players. Basically, anything to ensure that players can get the most out of their time online and can tailor their experience to the way that they want to. And I'd say a more stress-free experience. And what's weird is in Rockstar's, I guess, first official multiplayer mode, GTA 4 Online, they had some options like that. And then we sort of saw all of that taken away in GTA 5. It's almost like they went backwards a bit. So I'm hoping Rockstar takes a big leap forward in terms of the servers that we can play on, because that would make the online experience so much better. Because there's some people that don't want anything to do with combat. There's some people that only want combat. And you can't really get a good balance of that if everyone's just thrown in to the same server. All right, number 5 today, make Heist an immediate focus. So I think that was the thing that drove people the most nuts in Grand Theft Auto Online, is for the longest time, we could never get like a straightforward answer as to what happened with Heist in Rockstar's multiplayer world. Because that was probably the biggest thing they teased in their online trailer, that you were going to be able to do cooperative multiplayer Heist. And they weren't around on day one. That confused a lot of people. Months and months went by and they didn't talk about it. We eventually got the Heist update, and then we eventually got the Doomsday Heist, which was a really good update. But still, it wasn't fun being in the dark. And I'd say the solution to this is to make Heist available on day one, if possible. Let that be something we can jump into and, let us fail. Let us have a bad experience the first time, but sort of learn ultimately how we can get better. It would also be cool if Rockstar opened up Heist to the community, where we could essentially let players plan their own getaways from the prep chase all the way to the conclusion, and introduce a resource where maybe people can open up a page, look for the kind of heist they're after, and download it. That would be kind of cool. This worked really well for Halo back in the day, and if Rockstar gave players the tools to personalize their own Western heist, RDR Online would be genuinely incredible. And it would be cool if Rockstar would allow the player base to sort of set the rewards too. Now, I would think it would be fair if all of it was approved by Rockstar, but it would be really unique because there's a ton of creative people out there that could make for some really awesome heists, and I think that would just be sweet. Okay, at the number 4 spot today, make sure that layering and clothing actually makes sense. So that was one of the weirdest things of Grand Theft Auto Online, and I still think to this day it's one of the things that players are limited on the most, is not being able to control their clothing. You know, Rockstar doesn't allow you to have certain t-shirts with certain jackets. They don't allow you to have certain hats with certain masks, you know, gloves with accessories. I want Rockstar to really allow players to express their freedom in Red Dead Redemption 2. You know, if they want to have a couple different jackets on, they can. If they want to have this accessory with this outfit, with that pair of shoes, they can. And I feel like players shouldn't have to, you know, rely on glitched outfits in order to get things the way they want. And what's even more frustrating is the outfits that players were creating, it's not like they even affect gameplay. It's just Rockstar wanting to not have fun with the outfits. So needless to say, I'd want more freedom to layer clothing, to come up with different combinations, to create different things. That way our characters look unique and different. And we all don't look like we're wearing the same thing. So hopefully that has a much more greater detail and level of, you know, sort of customization. That'd be awesome. All right, moving on. At the number 3 spot today, make sure there's meaningful connections to the main story. So that was one of the most confusing aspects of Grand Theft Auto Online. You know, was it a prequel to the story of GTA 5? Did it take place in 2017? Did it take place in 2018? Rockstar really never made that clear, and it was tough to figure out what characters could appear. Could we see Michael or Franklin? You know, could we only see Trevor or someone else? So I don't know where Red Dead Online is going to be set in terms of the events of the main game, whether it be before or after, but I do think it should make some good connections to the main story. A prequel would make sense for the sake of ensuring the main story doesn't get spoiled, but it would be great to see players link up with Dutch's gang in some way, even if it's just in a fleeting encounter. So I'm not sure how Rockstar is going to make that work. All right, at the number 2 spot today, introduce different ways of making money. So in Grand Theft Auto Online, it got pretty repetitive to make money. You could do heists, you could do the same old missions over and over again, you could turn one of your businesses into a profit, but all of them were really similar. The fact that you had to complete them in a public session, which obviously some players didn't want to do. It'll be interesting to see how in Red Dead Redemption 2, you'll be able to make money. We know there's going to be gambling. I wonder if that will translate into Grand Theft Auto Online. Will there be an ecosystem of hunting and trading animals and stuff like that? That could be pretty cool. So I really hope there are unique ways to make money that will cater to different play styles of different players. That would be awesome. And it is something I'm kind of worried about. I hope it's not just like Rob store here, Rob saloon there. You know, I hope there is a lot of variety that you can ultimately work with. And at the number 1 spot today, what I'd like to see the most, meaningful PvP interactions. So needless to say, interactions in Grand Theft Auto Online with other players are difficult. You could shoot at other players, interact with a few gestures, drive around, but that was about it. So Red Dead Online can hopefully change this, and hopefully there's a lot more interaction. I wonder if you'll be able to duel with other players, whether it's simple things like raising your firearm if you see them, or, you know, raising the tip of your hat to greet them or something like that. I hope we can do some really cool stuff with other players. And I hope that other players aren't just enemies all the time, which is something that I feel like they are in GTA Online. The fact that you've got all these guns and weapons and cars, you know, everyone is so dangerous, and it's sort of tough to interact with other players. But anyways, that right there is 7 things that I want to see Rockstar do differently from Grand Theft Auto Online to Red Dead Online. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What are some of the things that you want to see Rockstar fix? Let me know your thoughts, opinions more down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.